What's good? It's your boy Shot Shooter, aka Jay Shields, back with another video. Top 10 scary ghost videos to make you cry like a little baby. We gonna get to it.
Bucksgrave Road. Friends David and Dell from the YouTube channel Signs and Signals are driving down a creepy back road called Bucksgrave Road in Carlisle, South Carolina. David and Dell say that when they were kids, they witnessed some very strange things out on Bucksgrave Road, such as odd, unexplainable lights and orbs. So, while driving down the narrow dirt road shooting some B-roll for their video in the car, they experienced something absolutely unnerving.
That's enough B-roll then.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste up all the battery already.
The camera's battery's getting. What the is that?
Deal. What the dude?
I'm zooming in. I can't.
Deal.
Look like an alien ship.
What the are you supposed to do?
Ain't nobody supposed to be out here. Oh
What the?
That just walked in the woods. Where's the headlamp at? The headlamp should be right there. Like he didn't. Like he stopped. Did he turn off the light? Can you see in there?
No, I can't see.
I'm zoomed in. I can't hardly see.
Zoom in, don't zoom in, don't zoom
Bro,
in.
that light was that light was bright, bro.
What the? What you gonna? What the are you doing?
The content play.
What the are you talking about? The content play. Dad,
Bruh.
what the hell are you doing?
Hello?
I already tried that.
You better have
They
that
don't
car
want
on.
I'm trying to hear.
You dumb motherfucker.
What if your car don't start, bruh?
Okay, come on. This is some dumb This ain't even what we're supposed to be here for.
Dude, I couldn't hear or see anything out there. It's so pitch black.
Damn. Dude, go!
Bro, what the Whoa!
To this day, David and Dell say that they have no idea who or what the creepy stranger could have been. And paranormal or not, they claim that they have never been so scared in all their life.
Whoa!
So, did they encounter some creep in the remote woods? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
That dude was
You can
tall.
watch this entire video and many more spooky moments over on their YouTube channel, Signs and Signals. Neighborhood
That dude was
Watch.
tall, yo.
Sarah
He was
Marie
really
and her
tall.
husband Bobby are having an afternoon get-together with some friends at their home in Florida, when suddenly they spot something very odd at the neighbor's house across the road.
Comes back the other way. Why? It looks like somebody's peeking through that window, the one that's open.
No recording?
Yes! Look.
She black. She ain't going.
There's nobody in that house. There's nobody at all. Nobody. That
I
house.
didn't know they could be that visible though.
That's what I was saying.
She
A
must be
strange
good
shadow can be
friends
seen quickly
with the
moving
neighbor.
back and forth in Sarah's
You
neighbor's
know they
home,
ain't staging this.
freaking out everyone and even seeming to upset their two puppies.
There's nobody in that house.
They down
There's
south.
nobody at all.
Sarah explains online that the home belongs to an older woman whose son, sadly, had passed away. Worried about the older woman's safety, Sarah calls her neighbor, but the woman says, I'm not even at home right now. So who or what could this be?
I'm telling you.
I leave it up to you
Believe it.
to decide.
And look how fast
The
they're
ghostly
going back
guest.
and forth.
Over on the Japanese YouTube page, Kuroshiro channel, An anonymous paranormal investigator, Shiro, who always wears a mask, sets out to investigate an allegedly haunted
Look
hotel
creepier
room
they sell.
somewhere in Japan. The investigator says that recently a man's life was taken in an extremely violent and barbaric way in one of the hotel rooms. Since then, the room is said to be haunted. Shiro plans to spend the night to investigate. So Shiro sets up a few static cameras and a motion and voice activated toy dog. But during the investigation, the motion sensing toy begins to act very strangely.
え？何の音？え？いやいやいや、そ
What
れは
kind
な
of
いわ。
hotel is that?
どうした？
It looked like it's smaller than it is until you turn the corner.
おい、え？何これ壊れてんだけどマジで。待って、落ち着いて。一回電源切るか。今また電源つけました。あ、おかしいだろマジで。これやばいなマジで。うわ本当にさ。
He said he
A
really
little
getting
shaken
scared.
up,
You look
Shiro
scary
resets
yourself.
the toy dog and continues to investigate. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
どんってなった。ちょっと待って。
Yo, is that a closet or the
今動いてたよね。さっきより開いてない？
what kind of hotel is that? Is that a bathroom? What is that?
この音だった。うわ
What kind of hotel they? What?
いないんすよマジで。
Once it starts flickering the lights on, you gonna get out of there for real. Yo. Yo, there was somebody right there.
やべ帰ろうとしちゃった。待って、今めっちゃ人いたんだけど。もう影見えた。映ったかな？
Yo. That door just moved too.
てかこれいつ消えた？
What do you say?
てかこれいつ消えた？
Bro.
From the corner of his eye, Shiro sees the hallway door slowly open by itself. But when he goes to check, there's no one there. When he turns back toward the hallway, a frightening dark figure can be seen standing right in front of him. Shiro recoils in shock, tripping over his own feet. He quickly grabs his camera and gets back up, but the figure has just disappeared. Shiro believes that he might have captured the angry spirit of the man whose life was taken in the hotel room. But some of Shiro's
That's tough.
viewers think that the apparition looks more like a woman, perhaps even the vicious entity responsible for the man's death. But what do you think? You can watch Shiro's entire investigation over on his YouTube, Kuro Shiro channel. Before we move on to the next
That's
video,
crazy.
if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us
He
at
knew about it,
nukestop5
and
at
he's still scared,
gmail.com.
bro. Like, what?
Lights out. Unfortunately, there is very little information available on these next videos. The clips were recorded by a group of friends exploring an abandoned building somewhere in Kazakhstan. But what they capture is truly bizarre.
Смотри, силуэт. Нету. Нет. Нет, нет. Опять убери надолго.
Если я куплю, солю, я вас воткну.
Он двигается.
What the?
Санька,
Саживайся, дорогой.
может быть, это игра в цвет. Сейчас может просто все решится. Давай, убирай. Нихуя нет.
Смотри, еще раз надо.
Убирай теперь.
Y'all
Ничего
playing
нет.
with forces, man.
Астафрулlah.
Бля, вот вы, конечно, нашли в плане?
Он вот тут же был.
Yeah, y'all laughing at.
A dark shape-shifting figure can be seen in an upstairs window. But what makes this footage so creepy is that the apparition only appears when they turn away their flashlight. When the group heads inside and upstairs to investigate, they find nothing there. The guys seem skeptical and just kinda laugh off the creepy experience, even though they can't explain it. But
They tripping.
who or what is this? Let me know what you think. The Cumberland Gap Inn. The historic Cumberland Gap Inn in Tennessee is said to be extremely haunted,
I've
with
been
hotel
there.
guests reporting many strange and unexplainable experiences. Lonnie and Neil from the paranormal investigation team, Tri-State Paranormal Investigators, decide to spend the night in one of the inn's most haunted rooms in the hopes of capturing anything supernatural. And
yeah.
they do. Shortly after setting up 2 static cameras, they capture something on video that is right out of a horror movie.
Most of these people don't even bring guns, man. Like, especially the ones going in the forest or the woods. Yeah.
Wake up.
Seemed like the bed moved again.
Changed the water to turn off, but I didn't turn off.
Something invisible seems to sit down on the edge of the bed right in front of Neil. Shocked by what he just witnessed, he calls out to his team member who quickly joins him. Now, after several attempts at trying to debunk what they've captured, Neil and Lonnie have no idea how the mattress could have sunk down in such a way, especially since it would require a great deal of force on the bed. So could this be paranormal evidence that the Cumberland Gap Inn is haunted? You decide.
I don't know how they can pull
Angel.
that off. If it's
Only
firm,
a few months
that bed
ago,
is
TikTok
firm.
user Tana Witt went through a devastating tragedy when her brother suddenly and without warning passed away. Tana's brother was incredibly close to her family, including her 2-year-old daughter, Evelyn. One night, Tana and her daughter are home alone when something happens that shocks Tana to her core.
Who are you talking to?
What the?
Who are you talking to?
She saying uncle?
Who are you talking to? Evelyn. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Evelyn seems to be talking to someone that we can't see. And creepiest of all, a whispering male voice can be heard that seems to say, Uncle.
Who are you talking to?
Even stranger, baby Evelyn seems to have heard the voice as she happily shouts "Uncle" over
Yep,
and over.
that's what I thought.
Who are you talking to?
No.
Tana believes that without a doubt her 2-year-old daughter is speaking with her deceased brother, and that Evelyn is being looked after by her loving uncle from the other side. The Tainted
what's up,
Temple. Popular urban explorer Chris from the
Still be
YouTube channel
creeped out.
Urbex Hill sets out to explore the abandoned Masonic Temple in Cleveland, Ohio. The temple was built in 1916 by Freemasons, a secret society that is shrouded in mystery. Freemason members have included politicians, scientists, writers, and many of the world's cultural elite. Throughout the many years, it has been said that the Freemasons hold secret meetings and perform strange cryptic rituals. Some have even made wild claims that certain Masonic rites and ceremonies include a sacrifice. The Cleveland Masonic Temple shut down in 1969 and has been left to rot for over 50 years. Chris attempts to record and capture the architectural beauty found inside the building before it's gone forever. But he quickly realizes that he might have made a terrible mistake.
What is that?
Something touched me, I swear to God. I swear to God, I feel like something just touched my back. I don't know if it was my book bag flopped on my back or what. It scared the out of me, I swear to God.
Bro, just being there by yourself just should scare you the whole time.
No water drips. Yo, that scared the out of me. Okay.
It's always people graffitiing the walls. I want to see a place
Chris
old
says
like
he
that
feels
with
like
no
something is
graffiti.
touching his back, but there's nothing there. After collecting himself, he continues to scout through the abandoned building. And this is when things get weird.
Ain't there upstairs, downstairs?
Door just closed.
Bruh.
What the hell no.
A woman restroom with a glass. They probably did sacrifice a lot of souls there. Angry souls. That's a small ass bathroom.
Did you see it? Right before the door slams shut, a creepy face can be seen quickly moving back behind the door. But when Chris opens it, it's clear that there would have been no room for anyone to stand there behind the door. And the room is empty. Chris is shook, but he continues on. Later, just before he
That
leaves
thing
to go
just
home,
boom.
Chris goes back to check the mysterious door one last time. And he captures something truly bizarre.
I do not remember closing this door. Hold up. It's when I left this. Did I close this door?
He's so scared elsewhere, he forgot. Look.
See, this is getting creepy, man. For real.
close your hand in there.
Really weird. It's closed again. Maybe it is the wind.
If it closed with him there, bro.
Right after Chris says hello, a faint voice can be heard saying yes.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
So just what do you think is going on at the abandoned Masonic temple? And is it possible that strange Masonic rituals led to the lingering supernatural activity? You can watch this entire exploration
That
and
thing
decide
looked
for
like the
yourself over on Chris's
little
YouTube
clown
channel,
riding a bike from the
Urbex
Saw
Hill.
series.
Keep a knocking. TikTok user Maru75 from Germany claims that one night he heard some very odd sounds coming from his living room. When he goes to check it out, things take a terrifying.
Yo, hold on. This got nothing to do with ghost stuff. But don't this dude look? You ever seen the Marvel's Moon Knight? Don't he kind of look like him?
5 from Germany claims that one night he heard some very odd sounds coming from his living room. When he goes to check it out, things take a terrifying turn.
Oh, the reflection thing. That door just
Maru
opened
hears
too.
knocking from the glass back door, but as he looks, he spots some dark figure moving behind him in the reflection. He spins around, but there's no one there. He turns back toward the door, and the figure is gone, and the door has mysteriously opened by itself.
Nope.
So, is it real? Or is it just very clever video editing? As always, I leave that up to you to decide. Three's a crowd. Now, this next creepy occurrence was captured by 3 different paranormal investigators on the exact same night. John from the YouTube channel Exploration Unknown, Tim from the YouTube channel Breaking the Shell, and Josh from the channel Southern Afterlife. The 3 guys are all investigating an abandoned farmhouse in Kodak, Tennessee, called the Kelly House.
No.
The house is now part of a large wooded area designated as a bird sanctuary, but that wasn't always the case. The Kelly House was built sometime in the late 1800s and bought by the Kelly family in 1917. Now, honestly, not much is known about the history of the house, but many visitors claim to have heard strange unexplained footsteps and voices inside the home. Some have seen eerie shadow figures, and scariest of all, multiple people claim to have seen the eerie apparition of an old farmer wandering the property.
He probably died there
So
with
the
his
3 ghost
equipment.
hunters decide to spend the night in the old abandoned Kelly
I wouldn't be
house
surprised,
to see
though.
if the spooky stories are true. All 3 of the ghost hunters are recording, all at the same time.
And Josh hasn't been here, so he's going to go in first this time.
Oh, so the other 2 been here.
Look, guys, you're watching yourselves.
Hey.
Wow.
Wow.
Not long into their investigation, all 3 guys are recording when John captures something downright chilling.
Alright guys, so I got the REM pod set up. So if anything comes near that, it'll go off. And this is the new box. You probably saw it in the last video. I don't have a name for it, but it combines an EM pump.
Why John
ambient temperature
got blur
readout,
on his
and it
camera?
also acts as an echo box. So if you can come up with a cool name, drop that in the comments. But we'll be using that later.
What he said.
Pretty cool.
Okay, guys. They're setting that up. But I'm
Can't
in
wait to see what this house has to
You can see
say.
the little planet. I think it's Saturn. It's next to it. It's bright. Wow, that is beautiful. Oh, somebody's coming out. No, it's Tim.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you ruined my moonshot, bro.
Oh, man.
I already got it.
You get that moon bow?
It's beautiful, man.
I bet them some expensive cameras.
All right, guys. We've got the K2 meter over here in this window. We're getting things set up. All right.
I saw
And
that
in
upstairs,
here,
bro.
We got Josh on the porch.
Now all three investigators can be seen on video at this time. Josh is on the porch, Tim is outside in the field, and John is strolling through the house. No one else is there with them, but John accidentally captures an unknown fourth figure. Someone or something walking on the landing up on the second floor.
That's crazy, bro.
Now, John didn't even notice this bizarre shape at the time. He only saw it later when he watched his footage back for editing. But that's not all. Because while Tim is outside in the field looking at the house from far away, he too captures something on the second floor.
I bet it's that same figuration that was walking.
Now let's go in.
Tim also sees a dark shape that appears to be wandering the second floor. Josh, who's outside on the porch, eventually decides to go back inside after hearing some strange noises. And he also captures, well, just watch closely.
There's none out here. Tim's out there. There's nobody out here.
Yo, that deck goes around. That's like a
He's down at the end of the yard.
slave deck going around the house like that. You know that's in the South.
There's nobody out there, man.
No.
Except for Tim out there.
Where's he at?
He's out the corner of the yard.
Oh yeah, I saw his light out there a while ago.
Did you see it? At the top of the staircase in a room to the left, again, something dark appears to be watching and then slowly ducks out of sight. With three separate and distinct captures of a shadow figure and all three investigators accounted for on camera, could it be that the historic Kelly house is haunted? As always,
that's crazy.
I leave that up to you to decide. You can watch all three investigations on the YouTube channels Exploration Unknown, Breaking the Shell, and Southern Afterlife. Night at the Museum. Nate Ratterman and his wife Kaylee own and manage what has been voted one of the most haunted museums in the world, the Museum of Shadows, located in Omaha, Nebraska. The spooky museum showcases over 3,000 allegedly haunted artifacts, including a few very creepy dolls with even creepier stories. One of these artifacts is a doll named Ada. The story goes that when a family moved into an old house, they found Ada in the attic. Creeped out by the doll, they threw it away immediately. But 2 years later, Ada came back.
What?
The family found the doll right back in the attic where they had originally found her 2 years earlier. Now completely freaked out, the mother of the household took the doll and threw it in the trash again. Only hours later, and the woman found the doll halfway up the driveway, almost as if Ada was slowly crawling her way back home. The doll was then obtained by the Museum of Shadows. Ada is kept in a glass box to
just
keep
like
her
Annabelle
from escaping. Over the last 5 years, Ada has been witnessed and recorded seemingly trying to get away again. This is some of the creepy footage that has been collected.
Ada have a lot of friends to play with. Why would you want to leave?
On multiple occasions, Ada has been captured moving by herself. These are just a few. And as if that wasn't creepy enough, Ada has a few friends in the museum who seem to join in on the fun.
Yeah, no. No. That's unacceptable. What? Look at the orb across the camera.
Ada and the other dolls have become incredibly popular attractions at the museum, with many visitors claiming to have seen them move with their own eyes. But the dolls aren't the only things that move around in the middle of the night. Sometimes when the sun goes down, It's almost as if the museum comes to life.
Bro, of course. They got all that crazy stuff. They put that ball there to see if it moves. That's insane. It's crazy because most people don't even pay attention to like where they leave stuff. And it probably happened, but they ain't pay attention. Like, did I leave that here?
But the strange activity is not limited to just the night. Sometimes it happens right in the middle of the day.
You do not want to use that bathroom.
So with 5 years of recorded footage and countless real eyewitness reports, could it be that the Museum of Shadows is haunted by the thousands of cursed artifacts kept within its walls? And would
It should
you
be more
go
than
to
that.
a haunted museum?
No.
Tell me what you think.
That's the
To watch
wrong
much
question.
more of their
dude.
paranormal evidence, head over to the YouTube channel, Museum of Shadows. Thanks so much for...
Alright. That's the end of that video, bro. Oh my god. Every time I watch these, man, it give me the creeps, but I like horror things. Not enough to sit there and go adventure and go do that crazy stuff, because nah, I'm black. I don't die in this movie. Sorry, sir. But if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel, help it grow. Click that like button. Click the bell so you never miss anything. And let's keep doing it. We're going strong.